practice of our yin tonight, the receiving of our yin, be kind of like a threshold, passing from the busyness of the day to perhaps the easefulness of the evening, maybe a quietness to the evening, perhaps a bustling of activity in the evening, whatever your evening brings. Let this be this invocation. Maybe drawing awareness to the tip of the nose. And then drawing awareness to the base of the tailbone. And then your next inhale, visualizing the breath moving from the tip of the nose through the nostrils down to the base of the spine. Exhale, follow the breath out. Inhale, noticing the tip of the nose, the base of the spine. And back out. Perhaps visualizing the color red, the color of our root chakra. The earth element, the stability and security physically in our life. Perhaps allowing the body to feel heavy from the hips down. If you're lying down, imagine the back of the body heavy. Tonight, inviting in the energy of our needs being met, the most basic of needs. And our anchor throughout our practice will be the tip of the nose. Or maybe the base of the spine, of the tailbone. Maybe you visualize a circuit of breath, of energy, from point to point, the nose to the tailbone. Now, as you're ready, we'll come into our first shape. If you're on your back, just roll to your belly. If you're seated, or if you're on the front, roll over onto the belly. Come into our sphinx pose on the front of the body. So maybe just allow the thighs to come to the earth, the tops of the feet. Maybe even bring the whole belly down and even the low ribs. And then once those low ribs are down, just let the heart activate in the low back and the back. And then just shuffle those elbows. Maybe in front of the shoulders or under the shoulders. And yeah, let's bring that gaze down, kind of between the forearms, between the elbows. Softening the gaze so the eyes are perhaps closed. And beginning to trace the breath from the nose to the tailbone. Perhaps visualizing the back of the tailbone. Energetically receiving on the back body. In this room full of givers that we all are, allowing ourselves to receive our practice, to receive the energy of our community here, to receive most basic of needs in our life. Maybe allowing the chin to relax. So perhaps the teeth come apart or the lips come apart. Noticing the breath in the belly, pressing the belly into the earth. A little compression in the low back, activating the kidneys, regulating our cortisol, calming us down. Tonifying our nervous system, giving our nervous system some rest here. Maybe noticing the effort of the elbows, of the palms, of the back. And perhaps some effortlessness in the fronts of the thighs or the soles of the feet. Just feel the body balanced here in effort and ease. And now as you're ready, just maybe slowly sliding the elbows down or out. You can come onto the front of the body. If you want, you can come onto the back of the body for your rebound. However you'd like to receive your rebound, whether on the front of the body or the back of the body. Giving yourself the space to do so. Today, I will let go of my belief that my needs never get met. I will acknowledge my wants and needs. Then turn them over to my higher power. My wants and needs are not an accident. Now visualize that circuit of energy from the nose to the base of the spine. And then back up from the base of the spine to the nose. And then on an exhale, gently roll over onto the back if you're not there already. And then when you get to the back, bring one foot to the floor, one at a time, each foot to the floor, I should say. And then hug those knees into the chest for our Aquanasana, activating the earth element. Bringing awareness to the base of the tailbone. And perhaps noticing the vertebrae. on the earth this time. Saying hello to each vertebrae on the earth. All the way up the thoracic spine, cervical spine, to the tip of the nose. And we can exhale and follow that breath, many breaths perhaps back down, noticing each vertebrae. That visualization grounding our awareness to this moment. Inviting in the earth energy, the root chakras energy of our basic needs, those primal needs, the food, clothing, shelter, financial security that allows us to feel safe and secure. The compression of the thighs towards the sides of the body, supporting the ascending and descending colon, supporting digestion, not just of that physical digestion, but also of experiences of our day. And this bent knee, activating the stomach meridian. That stomach also supporting digestion of our experiences and allowing us to focus on perhaps the meaning of an experience, giving us that clarity. There are 5 different types of prana, types of life force energy. One of them being apana prana, apana vayu. This shape, apanasana, activates the apana vayu, the apana prana. And that's what helps us move things down and out, moving out toxins, allowing things to move through us. This is a very powerful, powerful posture. And now we'll release this shape by just removing those hands from the shins. Letting the legs slowly come to the earth. Letting go of that compression in those hip flexors, stomach or the thighs, and finding our rebound. Nice job, you guys. Oh, maybe letting out a few deep sighs. Allow yourself to trickle down onto the floor. Let's give ourselves another breath in. On your exhale, bring one foot to the ground so you can log roll over onto the other leg that's straight. So we can log roll, pressing ourselves up to seated. So our next shape, we can either come into our caterpillar, which is our legs in front of the body, where we just fold forward, letting the head be heavy, letting the back round. The feet are long in front of us, the feet are lazy. This is one variation. Or if you want, this is a little bit more of a yang version of this. But you can come into dangle, where you stand and grab opposite elbows. And you're standing in your fold versus sitting. So whichever one is calling to your energy tonight, just go ahead and drop into that. Allow the nervous system to pacify. Anytime we're in a forward fold, it supports the pacifying of our nervous system. Again, we're activating those kidneys, trying to regulate that cortisol. It is so important in keeping us alive, but a little too much of it isn't going to be as supportive. So allowing our conscious mind to come into these shapes that will support us for optimal well-being, body, mind, and spirit. Again, perhaps bringing that awareness to the base of the spine. It's really quite fascinating how easy it is to bring our awareness to places such as that when we're in a shape like a forward fold like this, because we either have the pressure near that area, or it's easy to find that because of the orientation of the rest of our spine. Allow the cheeks to really soften. I'm just going to hang off the bone. This marination that is our yin yoga. You're in the dangle variation. Just slowly bring hands towards the floor, bend the knees as much as you need to bring one knee to the earth and then the other to come onto your belly or the back for a rebound. If you're in your caterpillar, you can log roll over to gently come onto the back or the belly for your rebound. And let the breath go. Maybe a deep sigh. Again, feel that back of the body or the front of the body trickle onto the earth. And just imagine the muscles are so relaxed. It's as if they're just kind of sliding off the bone, softening our edges. And then perhaps reminding ourselves that it's okay to have needs and that our needs are met. Counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now this next shape, we haven't done this one in a very, very long time. So let's roll over to one side, bringing maybe that right arm underneath the head, guys. And then once you do that, roll over onto the front of the body and slide that right arm over to the right. So it's behind you and the palm is on the ground like a T. And now we're gonna roll over onto the right side. That right arm is behind us. And then you can either lay the head on the floor and that left hand is in front of the body, or sometimes if your shoulders are loose, you can bring that left arm behind you. And sometimes you can clasp the hand. I'm gonna just roll over so you guys can see a little better. So you might clasp the hands and just let those hands clasp, pull away from the body. That's not always comfortable and we shouldn't always do that. So you can just let that left arm dangle behind the back. And guys, it's the same idea because we're opening up across the right shoulder and across the left shoulder as well. We'll get to the left side later. So now we just think about feeling this across the right shoulder, across the right front pec. And that right shoulder, that right arm behind us usually does the trick. If that's absolutely not comfortable at all, then the other variation, which is one you can do really anytime, anywhere, is just to bring the hand against the wall, the right palm, and just turn it away from the wall. And that's so nice. Opening up the heart, opening up the small intestine, lung, heart, meridians along the fingers and along the shoulders. And then just turn away from the wall. This can be done standing, This could be done sitting down in the living room. You get up from your desk at work or at home and do this. Allowing that gaze to be nice and soft. That awareness perhaps directed to the nose, down the spine. So if you're at the wall, just kind of gently maybe turning towards the wall where that hand is, and then bringing the hand off the wall. You're on the belly, you got it, guys. Go over on to the belly, and then we'll come into our rebound. So let that right arm lie down on the side of the body, be straight. Maybe bringing awareness to the palm of the right hand, up to the shoulder on that right side. Maybe notice how the right side of the body, especially starting at the shoulder and upper chest, feels compared to that left side. Let's exhale. Now opening into the back of the shoulder and across the shoulder blade. We'll come into a couple of variations of our sleeping owl. So bring the right arm across the chest. There's two different ways to do this. Let the right arm come across the top, and then the left arm is just under, and let the gravity, the left hand can kind of just grab, like lay on the chest or the belly. It's the right arm that's going to lay across the chest, and the right hand might just dangle. It's the gravity and the weight of the hand that's going to open across that right shoulder blade. And it doesn't have to be a magnificent sensation to feel and receive the effects. So that's one variation. The other variation is you can stay like this, but roll into the belly and have that right arm kind of closer to the chin. So that right arm goes under first and that left arm goes under. Some people don't like to do this on their belly. So that's why we offer the variation on the back. So it's really whatever is more comfortable for you. But allow that weight of the right hand. Yeah, and you could even place that left arm on the right elbow if you wanted. Nice, guys. Oh. Working all around the heart tonight. Loosening all those muscles for breath, for that heart to expand, opening up to our own needs. Harnessing that energy of that root chakra. Visualize yourself breathing in the color red. Your whole being a beautiful, glowing red light. So here on the front of the body, just kind of lift the heart, lift the head, slide the left arm out from under first, and then kind of roll over onto the right side, coming onto the back. So the shoulder blades can be flat on the ground. Now if you're on the front side, just let those arms unravel. Bring them to the sides. And then let the arms be flat. And maybe notice if even now the sides of the chest feel as if one is ginormous and the other is smaller, just from loosening the muscles, the fascia, and feeling the expansion of life force energy within us. Give yourself one more breath in. And maybe notice on the exhale, the nose and the base of the spine. Now I've placed a block next to your hand, so find a block. On an exhale, bring both feet to the floor. Inhale to lift the hips up and slide that block underneath the sacrum. Any height of that block, you guys. And bring your awareness to that sacrum. Give yourself permission to have needs. And give those people in your life permission to meet those needs. Just like those of us in the room give to those in our network, in our community, and love it so much. Allow those around us to love each and every one of you by giving them an opportunity to meet your needs. And then, as you're ready, bring those arms overhead. So the backs of the hands are on the floor, and just reach them, stretching past the top of that mat. And pause here and surrender. And our supported bridge. The key word is support. Maybe here you trace that breath from the base of the spine to the tip of the nose, visualizing the color red. When we ask for what we need, we give those around us the opportunity to love us with action, or whatever that need is asking for. As you float those arms off the floor, maybe pausing with one hand with your heart and one hand on the belly. And then bringing those hands to the side. As you're ready, press the feet into the floor, lift the hips, and move that block. And then we'll exhale down into our rebound. Any of you have allergies or are congested, you might feel a little decongestion as those lungs we're kind of emptying with the bottom of the lungs elevated there in that bridge pose. And just lung meridians that we're activating in nearly every shape tonight. Now, as you're ready, bring that right foot to the ground. Let's roll over onto the left side with that left arm underneath the head, kind of resting the head on the bicep. You bring those knees kind of in front of the hips, whatever's going to make you feel stable on those lower extremities. Sweep that left arm over to the side so it's back behind you like a T. And then that's where we kind of roll over onto that left arm to open the shoulder. That right arm can be behind you. Or you can press up, come over to a wall, bring that palm to the wall, and just turn away from the wall with that hand on the wall. And here, guys, you're visualizing the circuit of energy from the heart to the fingertips. The gaze nice and soft. Allowing yourself this pause. Compressing that space between the back of the shoulder and the shoulder blade. And in this rebound, following the shape is when that decompresses and that fresh blood, that fresh chi rushes to the spot that was just dammed up with this compression. Fascia, connective tissue, and muscles. Getting that freshness. So slowly unraveling out of this, returning towards the wall a bit. If you're on your knees, if you're on your side, yeah, roll over onto the belly and press up. And then just bring those upper extremities straight, those arms nice and straight in your rebound. Maybe noticing if that part of the body, that kind of left upper chest, that left shoulder, feels as if it's not as heavy and near the ground as it was a few shapes ago. Loosening those connective tissues, fascia. As you breathe in, just consciously allow that exhale to be a little longer, maybe by counting the inhale to 4 and exhaling for 6. And after your next exhale, let that left arm drape across the chest. So it's coming up first, or higher on the body, I should say. And that right arm can rest on the belly. You can rest that right arm on the elbow, that left arm. Or if you want, you can come into the other variation of our sleeping swan, which is that left arm underneath the front of the body. And again, just make sure that this left side, this left arm, this time is the closest one to the chin, not that right arm. That right arm underneath. And turning just slightly towards the right so you feel just a gentle stretch across the back of the shoulder. And here we're compressing the front of the shoulder in that pec muscle on the front of the body. Now we're damming up the front to allow that fresh blood flow in our rebound. Here on the front of the body, just kind of lift the head and the chest, allow the elbows and forearms to come down just slightly, and then sliding those arms to either side of your mat, just pausing. And then as you're ready, if you're on the front of the body, if you're on the back, you can just bring those arms to the side. And then we'll just gently come into our final rebound of Shavasana. You can remain on the front of the body, or rebound. Pause as long as you want. And down into your final rebound. Allowing the chi to settle and feel the stillness throughout your being. We acknowledge that we have wants and needs. May we see those as an opportunity for those around us to love us, not as a burden or a bother. Give yourselves some few more moments of stillness to scan the still body. Allowing the energy to settle. Recognizing the power of movement, the power of stillness, and its effects on our bodies, on our minds. May we have that balance in receiving and giving. May our yin practice be that reminder of the power of receiving. You're welcome to close class on the back. If you'd like to slowly and mindfully make your way to seated, you can do so. There's no right or wrong. Guiding our awareness to the base of the spine, to the tailbone. Following that energy to the tip of the nose. Breathing in the color red and resting in the color red. Let's inhale. Exhale. Inhale to close. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste, Jimmy. Thanks, guys.